God would have us all to realize that only through dependency on Him will we experience His divine power. Why? Because it is necessary to minister to the lost and to navigate faithfully through a sin-driven world. Keep in mind, nothing that comes into our lives should cause us to be distracted from our primary purpose as Christians. And that is going into this world as a model of a Christian. Going into this world with the gospel message. Nothing should put that on the plate for a later on opportunity. Instead, we are always focused on our responsibility, on our faithfulness to God, to illuminate the truth wherever possible. And at the same time, we must be willing to navigate through the forces of darkness that would attempt to diminish us. While I am being faithful in my evangelistic responsibilities, while I am navigating faithfully through this sin-driven world, God is aboundingly fulfilling all that I am doing because it is bringing Him the honor and the glory He so rightly deserves. The text is in Philippians chapter 2, verse number 5. Let this mind or this attitude of Christ Jesus be in you. You see, Jesus demonstrated in His life as God His dependency on God the Father. As He walked through this world system, He demonstrated His full and complete reliance on God across the board. Guess what He's saying? He's saying, this is His example for you. I'm doing this as a witness, as a testimony on how to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. I'm showing you how to do this. He's not asking you to invent a new way. He's not asking you to be a genius about anything. He's just asking you to observe His faithful, His loyal, His dedicated, His intentional commitment to the Father. And do the same. That's all He's asking. He's asking us to do the same. You see, when we talk about the mind of Christ, just to break this down just a little bit, okay, we're suggesting that there is knowledge in the Scriptures. In fact, the Bible is the portion of God's mind that He's made available to us. How much does God's mind mean to you? Well, the only way we can determine that is whether or not you read it. If you read it, the mind of God is important to you. It is central, not just important. I don't want to, diminish the value of this. It is central. It is like oxygen for the day. It is like the natural physical food that we eat to sustain our physical bodies. Without it, we disintegrate. We disintegrate, if you don't like that idea, you disintegrate into a worldly person. The aspirations of people, the things that people are doing in the world, you're willing to do that too. Even not realizing that you're risking your soul. You're not even realizing it. What does dependency on God imply to those who are motivated to carry out God's will faithfully? What does dependency on God imply to those motivated to carry out God's will faithfully? Because there are clear implications. And if you're not there, if you're not in the ballpark, then you just got to make some adjustments so you can't be there. Because these are absolutes. Dependency on God looks like something that says I am dependent on God. It reveals itself in our plans for life. It reveals itself in how we develop our family systems. It suggests clearly how we're going to deal with people who we come in contact, be they on our jobs or in some recreational or some activity or some institution that we go into. Whenever we do, it's going to reveal itself.